Hi, I just made a video about interest rates and why people use them as like basically a cliffhanger, whether they should buy a home or not. So I'm going to share a little bit of background story. My son was going to start school, and I made a decision that he was not going to go to school when we lived in an apartment and come home to that apartment every day after school. I wanted him to have a yard. I wanted to have a home, the same place, and a secure place where he could come home and play and ride his bike and just be a little boy. Whereas when you live in an apartment, unfortunately, you have to be outside, you have to watch them. It's not the same kind of freedom. So, with that being said, I had no idea what I was doing. Actually, I had just moved back to Texas and I was unemployed. So, who thought you could even qualify, right? Well, I did. I qualified for an assumable loan. I found a real estate agent who basically didn't explain the process. I was like a deer in headlights. I just walked around, did what he told me to do. And fortunately, the outcome was positive. I was able to buy a house at 13% interest. Now, people were in the fives. And if I could do it, you can do it. I was unemployed, like I said, and we had a cute little 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And my son came home every day to the same home. And I flipped that house and a few years later and moved into a bigger house. And he and I became like little partners. We would paint, replace ceiling fans and plumbing fixtures. And every Saturday, he knew that we were heading to Home Depot. And we stayed in our homes like 5 to 7 years, and I would flip them. So I went from that, unemployed mother, single mother, to owning 5 acres in Bulverde and a 3,000 square foot house, just using that platform where we would buy a house, we'd stay in it 5 to 7 years, and we'd fix it up as much as we could, and then we would sell it. So if I can do that, you can do that. And it's not so scary. And that was one of the reasons I became a real estate agent, by the way, because that agent did not tell me what was going on, and I was like clueless. So if you're a first time home buyer, get a hold of me because I will walk you through it and it won't be scary. And I will take all of that fear off and help you find your perfect home to raise your family. Okay, Sherry Ettinger, Option One Real Estate. And I just wanted to share that little story with you. Have a great day.